Vehicle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Did you know that there's an Italian bakery and deli in Ocala? Yes, there is. Right now, they're busy making traditional Easter treats, Easter bread, ricotta pies, St. Joseph's cakes, and so much more. They make them fresh daily, just like your Nonna made. Mangia. The Italian bakery and deli is located on North Magnolia Avenue, just north of downtown. So call ahead and order early. 352-207-2667. Happy Easter and God bless. This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. I'm going to tell you about something that I don't know the complete particulars on yet, but I'm going to work to get the information and actually get the two students on. This news release that they sent me doesn't have the name of the student, so I have to find that out for you as well. But I will tell you that two student teams, that's why it's two student teams, from the Cornerstone School in Ocala, that's right here. They're among 100 national finalists in the American Rocketry Challenge. They'll compete against other teams at the national finals that takes place May 14th in the Plains, Virginia. That's not far from D.C. In addition to competing for the title of national champion and an all-around expense-paid trip to London for the international finals, teams will also be competing for $100,000 in prizes. The top 25 teams will automatically receive invitations to NASA's Student Launch Workshop. The teams are made up of students only in the 6th and 7th grades. They've qualified for nationals in their first year participating in this contest. That's pretty impressive. Your first year out and you're already qualified for the national finals. It involves more than 4,000 students from 41 states. More than 720 teams submitted scores. This year's rules required teams to design, build, and launch a rocket that safely carries 2 raw eggs to a target altitude of 835 feet with a target flight duration of 41 to 44 seconds. Sponsored by the Aerospace Industries Association, the National Association of Rocketry, and more than 20 industry partners, the Rocketry Challenge is the aerospace and defense industry's flagship program designed to encourage students to pursue study and careers in science, technology, engineering, and math. There's STEM again. Talk about that during Vets News. Now in its 20th year, the competition has inspired more than 85,000 middle and high school students to explore education and careers in science, technology, engineering, or math. So we're going to try to connect with the teams and see if we can't get them get some more information about them. But congratulations, 2 teams, not one, but 2 student teams made up of 6th graders and 7th graders have from Cornerstone School right here in Ocala have qualified as one of the national finalists in the American Rocketry Challenge. They had to launch they had to build and launch a rocket almost 900 feet in the air. The flight had to last between 40 and 45 seconds. So that's pretty good. So congratulations to this Cornerstone School and to its 2 teams of rocket engineers that have qualified for the national finals. You know, we talk about sports and all a lot on here, but sometimes these kind of things fall by the wayside. I remember one time we had from the Marion Military Academy, we had the orienteering team that won a national championship in orienteering. You know, something that kids can't do very well anymore. That's, for those of you who don't know what that is, that's learning, you know, how to use a map and a compass and stuff like that to find your way instead of your GPS. Sometimes I think GPS is going to be the end of society, but because kids just can't read a map these days. So, but these teams, I bet these kids can read a map. But congratulations to the 2 rocket teams of 6th and 7th graders from Cornerstone School here in Ocala that have qualified for the national finals May 14th to be held just outside of Washington, D.C. in the Plains, Virginia. It is right just outside of Washington. So congratulations to those guys. Hey, the the Pine Ridge and Hidden Hills area that had the water restrictions, the boil water, that has been rescinded as of yesterday. You no longer, if you're one of those 216 customers, you no longer have to boil your water for safety. It is biologically safe to drink again and to brush your teeth and to use cooking, to cook and wash your dishes. So the boil water, precautionary boil water mandate has been rescinded for the 216 customers in the Pine Ridge and Hidden Hills area. 216 customers that were under a boil water precautionary statement that's been rescinded. So you can go back to using your water just as normal as you could before the boiled water. They've had some issues with the boiled water, with their water system over there in that area. They've had 3 boiled water precautions in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm sure they're ready to be done with that. But being able to keep our community informed, the boil water mandate has been rescinded for that area. It is raining. It is still wet outside. Although when I look at the weather, I gauge the weather 2 ways. One, I look at my weather app I have on my phone, and it still shows, the radar still shows that it's 70 degrees and rainy. But the thunderstorms, the orange and red, have passed us by according to the radar. And it looks like there's some hope on the horizon because the English Homosassa area is starting to see breaks in the clouds, and Dunellin's not far from seeing breaks in the clouds, so we shouldn't be too far after Dunellin as this system is right over the top of us. I also used the activity at the airport. An hour ago, nothing was taking off or landing at the airport, and in the last 5 minutes, I've seen 2 planes take off and 1 plane land. So the airport, when it's raining so hard that planes aren't landing or taking off, it's dangerous on the roadways for everybody. But now planes have resumed their function of landing and taking off from the Ocala airport. So it looks like rain, the rainstorm that we had, the thunderstorm we had, may be on its way to lightening up to the point where we can get some people back out on the roadways and back to work and do about their daily lives without the danger of torrential downpours, because it was coming down pretty good there for a while, and you needed to take some precaution to make sure that you got everywhere you were going safely. Take a little extra 10, 15 minutes to get to where you're going, and still do so, because as hard as it rained, you may have some flash flood areas in the lower lying areas of Marion County, so be cognizant of that. And remember, don't ever just barrel through a puddle that's in the street. Don't just wide open barrel through a puddle in the street, because you never know how deep that water actually could be. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Good morning, Tom.
Hi, Hugh. How bad was it over on the northeast side?
We had a nice, healthy 1.5 inches, and it's still raining, but it looks like it's kind of letting up a little bit. But one thing we did have was a little thunder, and, of course, my little doggy is hiding under the bed again and shaking. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the thunderstorms and that dog do not get along.
Yeah, your little doggy does it. My big Rottweiler boxer mix does the same thing.
It's so funny. When we lived over in Silver Springs, we had 3 dogs, and the other 2 dogs, they'd sleep through the worst thunderstorm you can imagine. But this little guy, always under the bed or someplace to hide. I don't know.
Every dog we have will sleep through the second coming of Christ, except for my Rottweiler boxer mix. Everything,
Yeah.
Any loud noise, he's got that boxer mentality. Any loud noise, he snaps his head around. What's going on? What's going? Is somebody coming in? I'm either gonna have to kill somebody, or I'm gonna have to run very fast. Which one am I doing?
Very good. Well, it was a welcome needed rain, and let's hope we get maybe another 1/2 inch before it goes away.
Yeah, and a lot of it run off as hard as it was raining. a lot of it ran down into the ditches and the ponds and everything. So.
Yeah, it was a good downpour, yeah. But
it
not
had
a lot of lightning and things, but
had to knock the pollen out of the trees, and I'm okay with that.
oh, I know I suffer from allergies too, and this time of the year it's just continuous, post-nasal drip and all that other stuff you have,
But I'm looking at the national map right now, Hugh, and I look up whenever I look at the national map, the first thing I do is look up to where my family, where my dad's family's from, and where my sister lives. And I look up towards Minnesota and Wisconsin. Yeah, that's why I don't live up there. Here it is, late April. They got snow up there.
Yeah. It was, my wife was up there, and yesterday it was 70, and today the Brewers are opening day, and it's going to be 50 and windy. So it's
right.
up and down. April's a crazy month.
Yeah, northern Wisconsin, northern Minnesota, that part right there at the Canadian border. They're expecting 6 to 8 inches of snow.
Well, everybody's got a snowmobile up there, and I think you're probably still happy.
It's April, Hugh. It's April.
I know.
Of course, I'm preaching to the choir. Thanks, Hugh.
Yeah. Okay, take care, Tom.
I'm preaching to the choir. Hugh lives here, not in Wisconsin, for a reason. So, I'm preaching to the choir. We got to take a break. We'll be back more on the other side. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Furniture is having a truckload sale. Right now, you can save 20% on sofas and love seats when you mention radio. Blocker's 80,000 square foot showroom is home to the largest in-stock selection of living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, unique furniture accents, outdoor furniture, and more. That means you can take your furniture home that same day or have it delivered. Check out the Blocker's Sleep Gallery, too. They carry a huge selection of mattresses, including all the name brands you love. Blocker's Furniture Truckload Sale. 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala, next to Hobby Lobby. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting less proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros, trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant, a true New York-style diner in Ocala. Try our breakfast special of 2 eggs served with home fries or hash browns and toast for just $4.49. We have an all-you-can-eat catfish special daily for $14.99, and Thursday through Sunday we have prime rib. Happy hour for food starts at 2 p.m. The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant is located at 5400 Southwest College Road in the Heathbrook Commons Plaza. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. We will see you soon.
Dance. You say you're looking for the unusual with some plants that are different, creative, just what you like? Well, my friend, you'll find all this and lots more at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Try these uniquely different ideas out for size. Blooming spirea or bridal wreath, just $22.99. Or gorgeous Hawaiian tie, only $26.99. Fabulous budded and blooming Amy gardenias, just $34.99. And Japanese magnolia, they're gorgeous, just $45.99. Now that's just the beginning. Best thing is go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net or check the ad in the paper. And don't forget, during tree planting time, you get 1 tree at Bob Wine's super low price, and you get a second one just like it for half price. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, they're on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, and the same blooming place since 1952.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Thursday. It is April 14th, 2022, excuse me. I'm trying to short us. 2022. I'm going to talk today about something that happened, 122 is 1965 is, so, wow. It was 157 years ago. Today, it's part of history that doesn't get its due importance. And it's because of what it is. You know, people don't like to dwell on it. But historical scholars will tell you it was one of those times in history that shaped America moving forward that is still happening today. There's still repercussions of it felt today. And no, I'm not talking about the Titanic. That was 1912 on April 14th, just before midnight on April 14th, 1912. The Titanic struck an iceberg. On April 15th, which was just after midnight, the Titanic sunk. And so, you know, that happened then. But what happened April 14th of 1865 shaped the outcome of this country all the way through today. President Lincoln and his wife had gone to Ford's Theater to attend the comedy of Our American Cousin. During an intermission, John Wilkes Booth, a Southerner, a sympathizer to the Confederate cause, thinking he was going to help the South. If he assassinated Abraham Lincoln, he would take the powerful Lincoln and his thoughts and his control of the Union, and it would help the South by doing so. It would help the Confederacy by taking Lincoln out. As you know, John Wilkes Booth shot President Lincoln, mortally wounding. President Lincoln died the next day. And he did it. John Wilkes Booth thought he was helping the South when he did it. Thought he was being a patriot for the Confederacy. He could not have been more wrong. He took the only ally that the Confederacy had in a time where it was a foregone conclusion that the war was pretty much over, that you were going to have to figure out a way to include the South back into the Union. And the Northern abolitionists, the Northern legislatures, they wanted nothing but blood and guts from the South. They wanted to pretty much do to the South what the Allies did to Germany at the end of World War I. They wanted retribution. They wanted apologies. They wanted embarrassment to the people who sided with the Confederacy. They wanted to beat down, keep down, and punish the people who had established the Confederacy of the States of America. Abraham Lincoln said a country divided can never exist. It'll fall. And he was a strong enough diplomat, a strong enough person, a strong enough politician that he could control Congress. He could get what he needed done to bring the South back into the fold as peacefully and as painless as possible. And then he got killed. Then he was assassinated under the guise of it was going to help America. It was going to help the South. Well, now Andy Johnson becomes president. Andy Johnson was only put on the ticket from Tennessee because the Republicans said they were going to need a Southerner to help once it came time to bring the South back into the fold. Andy Johnson was not a very powerful politician. He did not have the respect to Congress that Lincoln had. He did not have the chutzpah Lincoln had. And he didn't have the political clout Lincoln had. So Congress ran over Andy Johnson. President Andrew Johnson got run over by Congress. First president to ever be impeached. And he did it because he fired a cabinet member, and Congress said, that wasn't your job. It's our job to fire your cabinet members. They were wrong. It's their job to approve cabinet members, not their job to fire cabinet members. But they impeached Andy Johnson. And by the way, he only by one vote survived that impeachment in the Senate. But that led Congress, by Andy Johnson being in charge, Andrew Johnson being in charge instead of Abraham Lincoln, Congress took over the planning and implementing of how to bring the South back into the Union from the Confederacy. And they did it through Reconstruction and the carpetbaggers. And they forced laws and legislation that were designed to punish, which Lincoln knew would not work. He knew the resolve of the Southerner would not allow punishment to be acceptable. That one act by John Wilkes Booth taking out President Lincoln led to, eventually, Jim Crow laws and horrible discrimination of blacks in the South. Exactly what they had fought against. You saw a new type of forced slavery through the Jim Crow laws of the South. And they were in direct retaliation for the way Reconstruction had forced the South back into the Union. And all of this was brought on because John Wilkes Booth thought he was doing the South a favor by assassinating Abraham Lincoln on this day, April 14th, 1865. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this timeout on Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
New York officials are reporting the arrest of the suspected subway shooter. 62-year-old Frank James was taken into custody without incident after he called Crime Stoppers on himself and took a walk through East Village to await police. A Michigan police officer fatally shot a man after a lengthy fight and was kneeling on his body after pulling him over for expired tags on his car. Video released by police on Wednesday showed 26-year-old Patrick Layoya, an immigrant from the Congo, was resisting arrest when a Grand Rapids police officer shot him on the morning of April 4th. Protesters gathered outside the Grand Rapids Police Department on Wednesday. Billionaire Elon Musk filed paperwork on Thursday to buy all of Twitter for roughly $43 billion. USA Radio News.
If you're concerned about the power grid and want to generate your own supply of off-grid electricity, this will be the most important message you'll hear this year. Here's why. We now have a small number of solar generators back in stock. These emergency backup systems provide life-saving backup power when you need it most. And unlike gas generators, solar generators run quietly, emit no dangerous